Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tanya Mitchell's YouTube channel. This is Having Tea with Tanya. So today I have my special guest, Sandra Henry, who is a teacher in Tennessee. And we're glad to have you here talking with us today about masks. Why is it relevant or pertinent for us to have masks on? You think it's necessary?
I do. I mean, as we saw from early reports, it helps slow down the spread of COVID. Just like when you sneeze, those particles come out that you can't see. And also there have been reports, people are asymptomatic. So you could have it and not feel any symptoms, but somehow you spread it to someone else. So I think it's very important that when you go and you're not able to, social distance, that you have it on. And now I think the mayor just passed the ordinance for required masks for when you go into businesses, at least.
Okay, yeah, I have noticed that a lot of the businesses now have the signs up that in order to enter, that you must have on a mask. So I think
everybody.
You're right. Yeah, with that being said, it is important for us to do what we can to stop the spread of COVID, and it's just necessary for us to do what we need to do as a community.
Right.
So if you are asked to wear a mask, then I think it's just respectful and our duty.
Right, because you're not only saving yourself, you're saving somebody else from health effects as well.
Exactly. And then, like you said, there are people who are asymptomatic and they're walking around with it and they have no idea.
Yeah. Right.
So that's just one of the things that we have to be mindful of, and just show that we care about everybody else by doing what we do.
Exactly. It's not anything against your individual rights. You're protecting someone else.
Exactly.
And you're protecting yourself too.
Exactly. And you know what that brings to mind, that when the ordinance came into play with wearing the mask, they would use the words, "We strongly advise you to wear them," because they, were so careful about interfering with our rights as people.
I noticed that.
I can appreciate too, And speaking of appreciating things, today is a very special day for Black people in America. Yes.
Juneteenth, forever.
So what are we going to say? Happy Juneteenth. Yes. So we can finally say and acknowledge and be respected for that, emancipation, that happened supposedly back in 1863 when it happened. But, unfortunately, 2 years without being unnoticed. Well, I can say 2 years, but really longer than that, because honestly, we have not been recognizing Juneteenth.
No.
I think with people's awareness and when people get a better sense of who we are as people and we learn more about our culture and history, then we see things come alive. And I really think that's what we're seeing now with Juneteenth being acknowledged. And I'm grateful. How do you feel about this?
I'm grateful too. It's not just us, as a people acknowledging it anymore. Now more businesses are outwardly expressing, outwardly acknowledging. I mean, there were some companies that gave employees paid time off today.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, and
even though it's not yet a national holiday, but
that's true. You've got some corporations who are on board, and I just like to shout out to those corporations. I believe I read in one article where Uber is actually one of those businesses who's given a paid holiday. I think this is just one of the big pushes to what we are really expecting as a people. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I don't know exactly if we know what this change will one day look like.
Right.
You know,
It's
we always
been
say we're
so
fighting for
long.
change. Yeah, we're fighting for change, but what do you think this change um looks like in your perfect world? What does it look like?
Um, I think in a perfect world, more respect, just, more respect from everybody in various aspects of business, cultures. But what's so hopeful and what is awesome, and we've talked about this before, is how all over the world, different countries, different nationalities, different races are supporting movements for respect and, you know, for respect for Black people, for consequences for those that are killing Black people.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So
Exactly.
change is slowly happening, slowly but surely, and it's
Mm-hmm.
something to be hopeful for.
It is. It really
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
So I think we're on the right path,
Yes.
everybody, as
Yes.
a society, as a world, even though we see some things happening that, we wish we could change,
Right.
especially when it comes to George Floyd, uh,
Mhm.
and
Breonna Taylor.
yes, and many, many others. And
Many.
unfortunately, the list of names continue. But I believe in my heart of hearts that we are still on a path to a better and brighter future. So for that,
Yes.
I
Oh,
give
definitely.
praise and honor to
Yes.
God
Yes.
for putting us on this path and for
Yes.
having us where we are today.
Yes.
Yep,
Sometimes things have to happen before the sea starts to open.
that's so true.
You
That's
come to
very
a
true.
certain point and things seem like they are stopped or stuck, and
Hmm.
then things start to open up little by little.
Hmm.
God has his hand in all of it. He
All
knows
of it.
what he's doing. We don't
Yes,
understand
he
all of it, but he knows. He
yes, yes,
knows.
absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope that you guys have a good evening and do something to celebrate Juneteenth. Go out and
Oh,
yeah.
go to Instagram. If you're on Instagram, people, Cynthia Daniels Company. It's a Juneteenth shopping event. I think you can still shop online, but check it out on Instagram or just Google it. But it is a online shopping event with Black-owned businesses. She started
Uh
out with just Memphis Black-owned businesses, and
huh.
it expanded to different cities. And I think she said a few countries were in there too. But it's
Okay.
over 100 different shops
Okay.
online, one location.
Okay. That's Cynthia Daniels.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
All right.
yes,
Well, we definitely want to patronize her.
yes.
Go by and take a look at what she's offering. And I want to just say thanks to Dio's for dinner tonight in Memphis or Cordova, Tennessee. You were wonderful. The food, the seafood is phenomenal. Oh my goodness, you gotta try those crab legs and the lobster tails. I don't
Okay.
know what they're doing, but it is the bomb. .com. All right. Well, thank you so much, and we'll see
You're
you next
welcome.
time on Tea with Tanya.
All right. Have a good evening.